Hey YouTube, this old cooter down here in the Lone Star State with another one of them videos here. Anyway, what we got here is this is an oil pan gasket replacement job on a 2007 Chevrolet Malibu. And man, it's got the 3.5 liter. And you talk about what a pain in the butt. Now, there's all sorts of crap you've got to undo. For one, you got to take the heat shield off over the front side exhaust manifold, and then you can take the 3 nuts out of the exhaust pipe bolt stud sticking out to allow the cross pipe to drop. That's very important. I've seen some similar videos on YouTube with different vehicles, but none quite like this one. And this is a different outfit. And that down in here where my finger is pointing is, 3 bolts on a manifold. You take the nuts off the studs and it drops. Taking the belt loose. I got to do that because the AC compressor's got to come off, kind of dangle around. It doesn't go very much of anywhere, but it's got to come off. It does bolt to the front of the oil pan. So anyhow, of course, battery, you got to disconnect the battery because you got to take the starter. I took the starter completely out. Let's get it on out of the way. The air intake duct and all that junk comes out of the way. So let me crawl under this thing. And this thing right here, that's what happens when a sawzall's got to get involved. This is on the transmission, and it hangs over and interferes with the oil pan dropping down. This right here was a nightmare. I'll show you why. Oh crud. Let's see here. Okay, one big deal, like some other vehicles, take the oil filter spin on adapter off, go down there and get you new gasket, go on it. You're going through that much trouble, get it out of there. Anyway, let me go back to where that little problem is. If I can see, right here. See how that is? That little recess, right there. Right there. There's a little piece of shit on the transmission. You can see the 2 bolts on the pan, 2 bolts on the transmission. With all this, there's be a total of 4. There's a piece that bolts across there for bracing. Now, who in the hell did GM design this dumb shit? For Christ's sake, man. That should have been, I don't know what you call that, drug through an ant bed, figuring this crap out. But for all the other things I've had to do and remove, I had to saw that damn thing off with the sawzall. So, whoever invented sawzalls, thank you. So anyway, I cut that off. Pan just drops right down, dude. I ain't kidding. There's nothing. You get this out of the way, you hoist the motor up at the motor mount, you pull the stupid motor mount plate. There's a plate that goes through here. My hand is. And get that out on top of the motor mount. I did take the stud bolts loose. The motor mount bottom stud stick out here. It's just out of the way. The pipes where I can move back and forth. All sorts of bolts to get out of the way. Let me, oh crap. Can't quite see it. Anyhow, the AC compressor right here. There's like 2 bolts. And one on the engine, one on the oil pan, and let's see, one up in here somewhere. That there's a long bolt right here, and you can take it out. There's 3 of them. It actually secures the compressor to the engine and oil pan type deal. So spin-on adapters off. Of course, you gotta undo the low oil sensor wire. I got sunshine shining in too much. Pull the fenders covers off. You know, this plastic garbage. For Christ's sake, you know. So you can access some stuff in the front. One thing is, even though right here on the transmission, went ahead and pulled the pan loose. Yeah, I pulled the pan off for the transmission. Fluid was black in there anyway, needed to be changed out. No problem with the transmission, but to get extension and socket down in there to access one of the bolts, it just gave me so much more room in there getting this out, because it's like I say, a dumbass engineering design. So anyhow, you gotta do what you gotta do.